Well, Albert, you didn't know that you were going to become a test subject today when you agreed to come over here and help me organize some stuff. But I want to thank you again for volunteering. We're going to talk about anchoring here. And anchoring is an important concept in neuro-linguistic programming, and it's one that hypnotists are very familiar with using as well. It's a powerful tool for making change. In fact, I just produced another video earlier this week titled Hypnotic Sex, Igniting Passion in the Bedroom by Learning How to Hypnotize Your Lover. And one of the things that I taught the couple to do in the video was to use sexual anchors so that they could produce a desired sexual response from their partner at any time. And anchors are really an important concept. We could probably do an entire class all day long just on anchors. And again, this is a kind of an orientation to neuro-linguistic programming, so you're getting what's essential. It's titled NLP Essentials, and so you're only getting the essential part. I want you to understand anchoring, but the use of anchoring is just so wide. You can use it in flirtation, you can use it in hypnosis, you can use it in change, you can use it in changing your own personal. Are you about to sneeze?
Yeah.
You're allowed to sneeze. You can use it any way that you want to. There are just so many uses for anchoring. And let me give just an example of anchoring. Go ahead and close your eyes. Okay? And even though you're about to sneeze a moment ago, I want you to just kind of shake that off and become neutral, emotionally, physically, psychologically, spiritually neutral. Just don't be anything. Just float, dream, and drift and go with the process here. Is that cool with you?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. Now, I want you to think of a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the very highest, and 1 being the very lowest, and 5 being in the middle. Okay? That's called, by the way, a Likert scale, in case you were wondering what that scale of 1 to 10 was called. But you know what a Likert scale is, okay?
Okay.
All right, great. A scale of 1 to 10. Now, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about, even though you're neutral right now, I'd like you to think about becoming happy. Okay? And I want you to think about becoming happy and make yourself happy at a level 1. Now, as you think about being happy and the emotion of happiness, become happy at a level 2. And now happy at a level 3. And then move up to a level 4. Think of yourself happy kind of at a level 5. Becoming happier and happier at a level 6. Be finding humor and joy in this happiness. 7. Laughing's okay because you're at level 8. Make yourself completely happy. Think of the happiest you've ever been. 8. Completely, totally happy, wildly happy. You're happy at a level 9. 10. You're totally happy, incredibly happy, incredibly happy, incredibly happy. Stop. Open your eyes. Now, shake it off. Shake off that state. Now, what I've done here is I've given Obert a physical anchor. One of the most amazing things here is if I touch Obert right here, instantly a wave of happiness comes over him. Instantly he returns back to that level 10. If I touch you here, normally you'd find that kind of irritating. Yeah. But yet you're kind of smiling and laughing at me. Yeah. Probably because I'm sitting here poking you on a video camera. But what does that produce for you? What happens when I poke you right there?
It just brings you back to 10.
Brings you back to 10, absolutely, in your own mind, right there, even with your eyes open. Now, what's amazing here is that later on in the day, since Obert's been helping me out here, I'm probably going to buy him dinner tonight, and later on after dinner, I'm going to be walking by Obert, and I'm going to touch him right here, and he's going to probably bust up laughing wherever we are, instantly becoming happy. This is an example of a physical anchor that's planted. You can use anchoring, I don't know if there's really a practical use for this demonstration, unless you want to create the human laughing box, but it's a real powerful example of how anchoring works. And if you wonder, do these techniques actually work, go ahead and try that with one of your friends, and you'll discover that, well, every time you touch them there, they'll normally would be irritated, they'll just smile and laugh at you. Well, anchoring can be used in a number of different ways, and in a moment I'm going to talk about how we can use anchoring to produce the desired outcome we want in the people in our world who we're trying to influence. Let's talk a little more here about anchoring, how we can actually use anchoring. When I'm doing hypnotherapy with folks, one of the things that I always do when I deal with cigarette smokers or people who have stress, people who have anxious, maybe they're trying to overcome a fear or a phobia, one of the things I'll do with them is I'll have them touch their index finger and their thumb together. And so I'll do a progressive muscle relaxation induction, and then I'll help them relax the mind, and then I will say to them, while they're in a state of hypnotic trance, allow yourself to feel good, feel relaxed, and feel comfortable. And as you feel relaxed and good and comfortable, as you feel safe and secure, as you find yourself enjoying this experience, simply touch those fingers together, your index finger and your thumb. Touch them together. And allow yourself, as you touch them together, to press hard and to feel for just a moment an intense calmness, relaxation, and contentment with the feeling that you've produced during this session. Great. And then what I do is I give them instructions. Anytime over the next day or week or month, as you continue to be a non-smoker, should you feel a craving or a desire or find yourself experiencing discomfort or fear or anxiety, and you need to return to a state of calm, just touch your fingers together. If you're driving your car, if you're on an elevator, if you're interacting with somebody else, if you find yourself in a hostile, angry, or difficult situation, or you're bored, simply touch your fingers together, close your eyes for just a half a second, and instantly you'll return back to this place that you've created in your mind. And it's a great coping strategy for helping people to have an anchor, a physical anchor, for managing anger, impulsivity, overcoming cravings, etc. And so anchoring can be very positive and powerful. In that DVD I produced on titled Hypnotizing Your Lover, in that DVD they planted sexual anchors. And over the next day, when you hear this, or when I touch you this way, you will respond with this response. Those sexual anchors are a lot of fun. A lot of stage hypnotists actually use a sexual anchor in their post-hypnotic suggestions. It's usually pretty good. It's kind of funny. People love it. I've never heard anyone offended by this yet. What you do when you have them up on stage is real simple. Let's say you have a lady who's been great, she's been helpful during the show, she's been hypnotized and had a lot of fun, great. Maybe just a lady up there who didn't do too much of the show, who knows. But she's up there, and this is the post-hypnotic suggestions, and you find out, who's this lady with? She's with you, Obert, great. And is this your wife or girlfriend? That's my wife. How long have you been married? 20 years. Okay, great. From this point forward, lady, anytime Obert taps you on the forehead, you'll experience waves of orgasmic pleasure and delight. You'll find that when your husband Obert, and only when your husband Obert taps you on the forehead, that it brings about a sexual energy that that is delightful to experience. And then you end the show, and you watch at the end of the show. He'll tap her on the forehead, and she'll just quiver with delight. And I've seen that time after time, night after night. Why does that sexual anchor work? Because it's fun. Because people want to experience it. Because it's a coupling and a connecting thing. And even though it's kind of humorous at a stage hypnosis show, it's really kind of a nice thing to do. To set up an evening of intimacy for people in a fun and creative way. And so anchoring can be used for entertainment purposes. It can be used for change agents like smoking cessation, things like that. It can be used to simply help a person change a state. You can anchor a sound, you can anchor a touch, you can anchor a sight, you can anchor anything to an alternative or a positive emotion or feeling.